we're told that it's normal to have vision problems and wear glasses after we're 40. Yeah? But how about if we had a bad lifestyle for 40 years, with bad eating habits and no exercise, etc., we would have a bad health in general. Yes or no? But if we take care of ourselves, we can have a very good health at 40 and well beyond. Well, that is true for our eyes as well. Yeah? If we take good care of our eyes, we can have very good vision for life. Now, what do people know about taking care of their eyes? Well, they go to the ophthalmologist, to the optometrist, and basically the solutions they present when they have vision problems is glasses or surgeries. Now, if we compare these to other aspects, for example, weight loss, what would be the equivalent of glasses for weight loss? If you wear a corset that makes you look like you're thin, but you're actually not. So it functions, but in the end, you still have the problem. With glasses, it's the same. It allows you to focus, but in the end, you still have the problem. Yeah? The other option, surgery. So if you are fat and you get surgery, and maybe they can remove fat or shorten your guts or put a ring on your stomach, but those things, if you keep having bad habits, they're going to be just temporarily. They're going to work temporarily. With eyesight, it's the same. If you get surgery, and there's some possible bad consequences of the surgery, but let's say that the surgery went well and that everything works fine. If you keep having bad habits for your eyesight, for your eyes, you'll develop symptoms later as well. And actually, a research in the University of Finland in the Department of Ophthalmology shows that 58% of people who get refractive surgery need glasses again afterwards. So there's a problem in this model. Instead of externalizing the solutions, we need to become responsible for health, lifestyle, health and medicine, and take up the good habits that will allow us to have a good vision for life. Of course, now I am much older than I was when I had vision problems, and I see much better than I did before. And time has passed for me as well. And I know people who are 60, 70, 80, 90 years old and who see very, very well. Yeah? So we can do this. Yeah? So natural vision improvement would be the equivalent of having healthy habits of nutrition and healthy habits of movement and healthy habits in other areas of our life, because we're just not defined by what happens at the physical level, and the previous presentation was an example of that. There's also emotional aspects to our health and mental aspects, and sometimes for some people it would make sense also to speak about subtle or spiritual aspects, yeah? And our habits play a very, very important role in all of this. Okay, so there is a lifestyle that is good and good habits that is good for eyes and vision, and actually this is not something that I have discovered. There's 100 years of scientific research on natural vision improvement. It started with the pioneering research works of Dr. William Bates in ophthalmology, but there's also research within optometry, neurophysiology, neurosciences, biology and epigenetics, nutrition, posturology, and also in human and social and human sciences such as psychology, history, anthropology, and sociology. And let me just show you, and they're not necessarily even super recent publications, but just to show you that there's information that comes from long ago, a few examples of publications, and then after mentioning this, we'll get into the how, because probably you want to learn some practical things to do so that you can take care of your eyes. Yes? Oops, so wrong button, I silenced myself here. So for example, optometry and vision science, a whole issue, a whole review number dedicated to nutrition. You can change your nutrition and see better or stop seeing worse. Another review journal of the Journal of Nutrition, a number dedicated to the effect of toxicity in vision. Yeah, so if you eat in a way, and not only eating, if you're exposed to toxicity, it will impact your vision very quickly, because the eyes are not only the window of the soul, they're also the window to the liver. Yeah, so you need to take good care of your liver if you want to have good vision for life. But there's also in the Journal of Nippon Medical School a number dedicated to posture and vision, eyesight, yes? So if you have good or bad habits on how you walk, you sit, you sleep, etc., it will impact your vision as well, for the better or for the worse. The Journal of Norwegian Medical Association in 91, a number dedicated to stress and vision, how stress impacts vision. And 2012, another number from the National Library of Medicine and the National Institute of Health, dedicated to explain how you can train your brain to overcome the effect of aging on the human eye. So you can also use the power of your brain to see better, even if there were some degeneration. And just to show you a few research articles published in different places about different topics, you can take a snapshot because we're not going to take the time to read the whole thing, yeah? And if you want to explore some of them, well, you'll see that actually there is a lot of scientific evidence behind natural vision improvement. And of course, I have done also my research at the University of Toulouse, researching the effect of different kinds of emotions, especially when they're not solved, when they keep being a trauma, like the previous speaker talked, and how they impact our vision. And let me just show you one image, because it will be very obvious. Just watch any horror movie, yeah? What's the face of the person who's being traumatized, who's stressed? Look at their eyes, look at the amount of stress in their eyes. So when we accumulate emotional stress, that also affects our vision, yeah? Okay, so I just wanted to point a few questions, a few elements to let you know that natural vision improvement not only works, but it's really backed up by science since 100 years. And of course, there's other practices that already knew about this and took care of this, like in yoga or Tai Chi. There's certain practices that include taking care of the eyes, yeah? But science has talked about this for a while now. Now, if the amount and sophistication of research sounds complex at this moment and overwhelming, well, again, the good news is that the practices themselves and the habits are very, very often simple, easy, and fun. So they're really easy to integrate in your daily life. Now, the topic or the name of the talk was about refractive errors. So here we're talking about myopia, being short-sighted, hyperopia, being farsighted, astigmatism, when we see the lines distorted, and presbyopia, that is when we need reading glasses, and also glaucoma and cataracts, that are problems that are rising in numbers and they're worrying a lot of people, because with those you can get blind. I mean, you can stop seeing. So the practices and the tools and the tactics that I'm going to mention work for all of these symptoms, not only the refractive and glaucoma and cataracts, also for other vision problems. Now, if there's specific questions, because I see we started a bit late and I see the time is running, if there's some specific questions, I'll put a focus on some of them, but you can also have a look at the clearsightmethod.com, which is the website where there's more information about all of this. Yeah, but let's mention some of those good practices. Well, the first one, and it's going to be a bit of a surprise, but if you want to improve your vision naturally, the first thing that you will need to do is use your prescription glasses as little as possible, because it's like keeping crutches once you have sprained your ankle. If you keep the crutches, you don't develop again the ability to walk normally. You need some relearning, rehabilitation, yeah, with a specialist, but then you can walk again. Well, the eyes can do that too, but if you keep the crutches in front of your eyes, that won't work, yeah? So instead of using prescription glasses, also sunglasses are not very good for you, I would suggest to change them by pinhole glasses whenever that allows you to be functional, yeah? And of course, there's some situations in which the prescription glasses will be better, and some situations in which sunglasses will be reasonable to use. But in general, most of the time, we can be functional without any kind of glasses, and in many occasions, we can change them by pinhole glasses. So why do the pinhole glasses help? Because the main principles of a good natural eyesight involve 5 principles. And those 5 principles are: first, relaxation. So do everything that allows you to relax, whether it's your whole body, because the eyes are connected through the fascias to the rest of the body, or the eyes in particular. For example, with palming, which is very easy. You just relax your hands, put them like spoons, and cover your eyes with your palms. You can put something under your elbows so you don't get tired, and you can do this for a few minutes, and it's very relaxing for the eyes. Yeah. Another practice you can do to relax your eyes is blinking more often, or looking far. The standard position for rest for the eyes is looking far, and we spend more and more time looking near all the time, tensing our muscles. So spend more time looking far. Sunning is also something that we need to do. Sunning is looking with your eyes closed. This is important, otherwise you're going to harm your eyes. So you close your eyes, you look towards the sun, and you move your head gently, and the stimulation from the warmth and the light from the sun will be extremely good for relaxing the muscles, but also for nourishing and stimulating your retina and keeping it in good shape for life. So we said first principle is relaxation. The second principle is movement. The more you move your eyes, the better they function. So if we keep staring and not blinking all the time in the same way, I know this is supposed to be good to keep your attention, but it wouldn't be good for my eyes. So if you notice, I've kept moving them all the time. Sometimes I'm looking at the camera, sometimes I'm looking behind, sometimes I'm looking at something else. So when the eyes are alive, when they're looking at different things, like children who are curious about the world, they keep in better shape. The function of focus is created by the muscles that are in the eyes, and the muscles need movement to be in good shape. The third principle is centralization. Okay, and this we would need to be more technical to explain it in detail, but I'm going to allow you to do a very simple exercise. Create a small hole with your hand and close one eye and look through the other through the small hole. I bet that you see much more focused than if you didn't do this. Yeah? So if you see more focused, congratulations. This is the quality of your eyesight. And if you're not seeing like this all the time, it's because you don't have yet the good habits of seeing. But why is this that you see better in the center of the eye? Because that corresponds to the center of the macula, the fovea, where we have the highest pixel, so to say, of vision. And if we keep moving our eyes, not only the movement is better, is good for the muscles that allow for focusing, but we train our brain to pay attention at the details, and that stimulates the fovea and stimulates the brain to see better. Fourth principle, so we said relaxation, movement, looking at details or central focalization. Next is memory, and the following is imagination. So everything that you can do for example, you look at something, you close your eyes and you remember it, and then you imagine it. Everything that you can do to stimulate your memory and your imagination is also going to be good for your eyesight. So we talked about pinhole glasses, looking far, looking for details, blinking, but also things that are good for your eyesight are yawning, laughing, sighing and moaning, because it lubricates the eyes, and the eyes need to be humid to see better, and it provokes relaxation. Also, some things you can do in the morning after brushing your teeth, for example. You can splash your eyes. You can clean your nose with salt water. You can buy in the pharmacies these solutions with water and salt, and you can clean your nose because it's also connected to your eyes. Sunning and palming, we already mentioned. And yeah, all these things are really very simple. And again, they allow to prevent vision problems, to stop vision problems, and to improve your vision naturally.